Ostap, now Russia says that Ukraine is going to attack the Belgorod region, and there is a real danger because of that. They are preparing that Ukraine at some stage may transfer the war to the territory of Russia. I will answer you as a soldier of the armed forces of Ukraine, as an ordinary soldier of armed forces of Ukraine, as a father and a son. Today, an ordinary average Russian knows the war as something so distant, something abstract, and all Russian propagandist medias they watch. Russians do not know the war the way it is happening in fact. Nowadays they have no such emotions, they rage here in us. Until we move the war on their territory, we will not win actually. We will not win. I know that these days residents of the Belgorod region on the territory of Russia are crying. They want to withdraw, and as far as I understand, demanding the withdrawal of their own troops from the borders, so that we do not move forward. But they still do not understand why this is happening, why we are watching in that direction with caution today. They bombard our maternity homes, kill our babies. They want to destroy us. We do not want to destroy them as people. Let them live there as they want. However, to push them back, we have to go into their territory and create a buffer zone of 100 kilometers, and only then sit at a negotiation table. This is my personal opinion. The responsibility for the war in Ukraine, is it the only Russian leadership that bears it? Politics only or citizens too? Citizens too. I also met this citizen after the battles. We took prisoners, talked with them. These are people who were so confused. It was clear for them that they were really confused. They have been misled by their government. But mostly these people want the war. They want to destroy, they want to crush, they want to loot. When we were near the roadblock at Kupiansk, I think about this all the time. There was an inscription on the roadblock. It was written by the Russian soldier and sounded roughly as follows: "The whole world is against us, and this is what inspires us." For ages they were killing and conquering territories. This is their religion, which they have practiced for many centuries. So even today, if there will be no Putin, it will be someone else, not today, in a year, in 5 years, until we show all the Russian people what is happening, until we begin to personally bring them to justice. Because these are hundreds of Russians who crossed our borders. These hundreds of thousands of people who are members of their families, their friends who support the war. Russians are fighting not only with army but also with peaceful Ukrainian citizens. When you were liberating Kupiansk, the Russians used TOS heavy flamethrower system. I will tell you more. They are not only fighting with civilian population, because judging by what is happening, what resources they invest in causing strikes on peaceful territories, not on soldiers, when we are standing face to face against them, they strike behind our backs. I saw right there, near Kupiansk, I saw how they fired cluster bombs and artillery. And there were about 15 victims, including children. A woman died. I personally transported her body to morgue. A small child died. A boy and a man. An elderly man who was already in his years. Not a single Ukrainian military man was injured at that time. The question is whom they were fighting. It was the territory of Myrny village that was shelled and there were no Ukrainian soldiers at all. When a new Russian mobilization effort, does it make any more difficult for you to carry on the fight? In no way. I mean, yes, we will spend more bullets on them, we will have to use more shells on them, but they cannot offer quality with these new people. We will be more tired while destroying them. That is all. What is Putin counting on then? Does he have a plan B in case his army is defeated, or he will resort to using something more powerful like nuclear weapons? They are already making such statements. Allegedly, in case Ukrainian troops will cross the border of Belgorod region and attack Shebekin village, that they will use their nuclear weapon on Kyiv. But I hope that the world community will prevent this. I am an ordinary soldier, and it is difficult for me to prevent such a disaster. But the world can do it, because Putin has his assets. He must be counting on something. He must be counting. Most of the fighters of the Wild Field unit were civilians 9 months ago. They had no experience, maybe military service at best, and now you are all military personnel, united by a common goal. How would you formulate the philosophy of Wild Field Battalion today? It's freedom. For example, I believe that Wild Field is not the name or title. It is the state of mind. Our soldiers themselves are a result of what today is called a wild field. These guys are from the plains. They are from the steppe. I am the same. I am Zaporizhian. It means a lot to me. Civilians, yes, civilians. I came across with this phenomenon in 2014, when it was self-defense, the organization in Zaporizhia. There were people sitting at the same table on an equal footing with each other. Students, factory workers, representatives of a medium-sized businesses, former soldiers, police officers and others. And we did not allow this disease to spread that time. That is called a war nowadays. Unfortunately, for 8 years, our people, our society did not hear us when we said that it would become a full-scale war. But it developed into a full-scale offensive from a Russian side. We were always signaling about it. In fact, I was ready on February 24th. I came to a military commissariat in a body armor with my carbine and a bunch of bullets, fully ready to go forward. I can see people from different social class, professions, experience, and different wealth. And all these people are united. They are united as they were in 2014, united by the same goal. A lot more of conscious people, more of those who understand that the only possible way to win the war is to physically destroy an enemy. Thank you, Ostap.